Finally, got some good news coming in tonight. Maybe some of you will be aware of this. Maybe you won't have heard this yet, but all of Ireland's problems, all of them, have now been solved. All of them solved. Housing crisis gone. Healthcare crisis gone. Everything's gone. Migration sorted out. Everything's sorted out. Everything. And now, because everything's been sorted out, Mihol Martin is in Brazil. He's in Brazil at the COP30 Leaders Summit, where global leaders get together and figure out how they're going to save the world from climate change. And, now that Mihol has sorted out all of Ireland's domestic problems and done a fantastic job of it, he's taken off on an airplane, a big jet airplane, over to Brazil to join super talented world leaders to save us all from the existential threat of climate change. You'll be glad to know. So let's hear some of the stuff that he's been spouting, some of the emissions that have been coming out of his foul mouth since he arrived there. You can see here it's important that we here in Belém for the COP30 Leaders Summit. Progress has been made, but must keep the momentum going to keep developing policies and programs that fundamentally alter the direction of travel for the world. Now that he's got a grip in Ireland and he's sorted all the problems out in this little small island, he's going to save the whole world because he's done such a great job domestically. I bet you're all happy about that, aren't you? Let's hear what the lunatic had to say before he went, and listen to how his tone changes and his delivery changes when he got there. He actually raised his voice a little bit, put a little bit of oomph into his speech when he talked about trusting the science. Trust the science, trust the science. Where have I heard that before? You heard that before being parroted from a politician's lips over, say, the last 5 years? Trust the science. And a lot of gullible muppets did. But anyway, let's not go down that route right now. Let's keep it focused on saving the planet. Let's hear from Mihol Martin.
And I'm going out as leader of this country to reaffirm Ireland's commitment to tackling climate change, and also saying, notwithstanding opinion globally, that Ireland believes in the science, believes that the planet is at risk.
What a man. Oh, I can almost smell the testosterone coming off my screen. Look at that fine specimen of a man. He's going to save the world. What a man.
We can see it in the severity of storms that we are all experiencing in this country through Storm Eowyn, and most recently in Jamaica. And when you look at Ireland's population growth since 1990 and its economic growth, the fact that we are actually reducing emissions and have reduced emissions significantly, I think is something we should acknowledge. That said...
Hang on a minute. Well done. Well done, Mihol. You've reduced emissions. So what? So what? Who notices? Who can tell? Population has grown in Ireland since 1990. Yeah, you open the doors up, you roll the red carpet out, you tweet in 9 languages and invite the world in. What do you think's going to happen? And I think we should be proud that we've reduced our emissions. Oh yeah, you look like a proud man. You look like a man who's got things under control. You look like a raging success. Absolute lunatic.
We have more to do, of course we have.
Of course.
And we're very determined to do it.
Yeah.
And in my view, the focus has to be on doing everything we can to get renewables, offshore renewables through.
Yeah.
And that's why I established a clearinghouse some months ago between industry and government to make sure that we can remove barriers to getting wind infrastructure, particularly offshore wind infrastructure, up.
Yeah, remove the barriers, get wind infrastructure happening. Yeah, you should be very proud of yourself. Failing in every single metric on domestic soil, every single metric you feel. There's people starving themselves to death on the back steps of the Dáil while he stands at the front talking about how he's going to save the world. And he can't even provide basic healthcare provision for survivors of Irish institutional and reform schools. You absolute gimp. Anyway, let's hear him on the stage at the COP30 conference where someone has shoved a rocket up his ass and told him, hey, lose the mousy posture. Come on, man, put a little bit of oomph into what you're saying. He's been coached.
Unarguable. The science is undeniable.
Oh, yeah.
Temperatures are rising.
Oh, yeah.
And the clock is ticking.
Oh, yeah.
If we are not prepared to tell our citizens the truth about this...
Oh, yeah. Tell us the truth, Mihol. Tell us the truth. Come on, Mihol, tell us the truth. Yeah, the science is undeniable. Oh, yeah. Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth, Mihol.
We are failing them.
We're failing them. We're failing our people. We're failing them if we don't tell them the truth. Not if we don't get them operations for scoliosis and the children are dying in pain. No, we need to tell them the truth. Not if children's hospitals are years behind schedule and billions of euro over budget and still haven't opened. No, we've got to tell them the truth. Not if there's people who are struggling to make ends meet. They can't heat and eat at the same time this winter. No, we've got to tell them the truth about climate change and the planet, because that's what's most important. Yes, that's what's most important. Our young people can't get a house. They're leaving the country because they have no future in Ireland. But we need to tell them the truth. Oh, yes, Mihol, yes. Lay on the truth. Come on, big boy. Lay it on me.
This planet in the most profound way. Science cannot be denied.
Science can't be denied. What science? Science or the science? Remember the science? You can't argue with the science. It cannot be denied. What science is he talking about?
The European Union, of which Ireland is a part, remains steadfast
Sycophant.
in its determination to play its full part.
EU puppet sycophant. That's all he is. If you look closely, you can see the strings. There's one in each ear. There's one in each of his slim shoulders. There's one in each of his hands. He's a marionette. He's a little puppet. He's a little puppet of the EU. And there's one on his chin that's attached to his ass, and it's being yanked up and down too, while he spouts his guff.
We in Europe have now set our sights on reducing our collective emissions by 90% by 2040.
You can't even build your own houses in your own country. You can't even meet your house building quotas, and you think you're going to reduce emissions? You're a dreamer, Martin. A sick, fantasist dreamer.
This will undoubtedly be challenging, but it is necessary to drive the investment, innovation and invention that a transition to a fully decarbonised economy and society will require. Ireland will continue to be part of that effort. Change is underway across our economy and society to steer Ireland towards a decarbonised future powered by renewable.
Take him to the back of the Dáil. Let him see again. He keeps dodging, juking the four souls that are at the back of that Dáil who are sleeping rough, not emitting carbon, sleeping rough to get basic health care and a livable pension. He can't even provide that. And yet he's going to reduce emissions. He's going to save the planet. Here's a spoiler alert. Even if he did reduce Ireland's emissions to zero, let's say he got them to zero, The amount that Ireland is responsible for in the scheme of things is infinitesimally small. Someone didn't tell China about this. They're building coal-fired power stations hand over fist. Those electric cars that people are so fond of. What do you think is used to generate the electricity to charge those cars? I'll give you a clue. It's not a wind farm. This man is a lunatic. He's a lunatic and he's driving nails, big nails into the coffin of Ireland with a big hammer, more frequently and more ferociously as time goes by. He would happily burn Ireland to the ground and rule over the ashes. But you'd probably rather build a wind farm instead because, you know, it's not very eco-friendly to burn things and have ashes and smoke. Oh, this man. But anyway, that's where he's at. That's where I'm at. Where are you at? Where are you at with all this? Do you trust him? Do you trust the science? Do you believe he wants what's best for you and your children? Do you? If you do, I've got a bridge to sell you over the River Lagan in Belfast. It's made of chocolate and the moon's made of cheese. Probably believe that too. Anyway, let me know what you think below. Share this video if you're still here. If you've made it all the way to the end, subscribe to the channel. For now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.